In our seventh year, the following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. It was very nice of YouTube to tell me I was streaming live on my computer because I wouldn't have known that. Hello there, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 13th day of January 2025, the start of our 7th season replay. 1956 is in the cards, and we have ourselves a doubleheader. It was next year in Brooklyn, and so the world champion Dodgers get to open the show with an opening day game at Ebbets Field against the Philadelphia Phillies. In a moment, it's Robin Roberts, who is not hosting Good Morning America, and Don Newcomb from Brooklyn, and then followed by the New York Yankees. The defending American League champions are down in D.C. to play the Washington Senators. Don Larson gets the call in that one. Opening day starter is Don Larson, not Whitey Ford, versus Camilo Pascual. So how you doing, Andrew? And how you doing, Sean? And so there you go. So 1956, this is a Triple Crown year for And Forever Remain 90. How are you? It's Triple Crown year for Mickey Mantle. And the Yankees should win the American League by a healthy margin. They won it in real life by 9. But the real gem to this is the National League. The Dodgers, the Braves, and the Reds all finished within 2 games of each other. You just never know what's going to happen. So that's what should be a good thing to keep an eye on as we go through the next few months. Just like always, we're going to do, well, this is a Tuesday game, but we'll be doing a Wednesday game, a Friday game, and the Saturday game of the week type game. And generally, it's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays that we'll be streaming. So if you're quite ready, it's time for Dodger Baseball. In the Phillies, as Retro Sports Network proudly presents Opening Day 1956. Today, from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York, it is the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So let's see, how you doing, RJL? Thank you very much. Brad Church, happening opening day. Sean is doing well. Yep, I hope to do well. Felix Mantilla passed away, who will be in this replay, I believe, with the Braves, right? You'll see him probably this week. JT Dutch, and I'm doing well. Hopefully you are safe from the fires too, right? Why don't I play other baseball games? Because Dave Gardner's game hasn't come out yet. So weather here in Brooklyn is good. 55 degrees, no wind. Don Newcomb gets the call against Robin Roberts. Newcomb started 36 games. He finished about half of them, 18 through 5 shutouts. 268 innings. He went 27-7, by the way. He led the National League in wins with 27, and his 3.06 ERA was 5th. He threw 268 innings, allowed 219 hits, 101 runs, 91 earned, 33 home runs, which doesn't even lead whoever's pitching in this game. That'll be Robin Roberts. He walked 46 and struck out 139. Fastball at 84 and a fly ball plus pitcher. The lineup he will face. Oh, thankfully JT is not with a fire. Richie Ashburn leads off in center field for the Phillies. Ted Kaczynski is at second. He'll bat second. Granny, please don't call him that. He hated that. I remember that from 49. Hamner is at short. He'll go third. He's only 29. He was a baby in 49. Del Ennis is in left. He'll clean up. Jim Greengrass, not to be confused with Mr. Green Jeans. He's in right. He'll bat fifth. Stan Lopata is at first. He'll go sixth. Willie Jones at third will bat seventh. Andy Semenick, the wily old vet behind the plate, going eighth. And Robin Roberts, who pitched, by the way, here in Vermont before he went to the Phillies, is on the mound. He will bat ninth, and Newcomb can go 140 pitches. Defensively for the Dodgers, Jim Gilliam is in left. He's a 6 and a 6 out there. Duke Snider is an 8 and a 7 in center. Carl Furillo is a 6 and a 10 in right. Furillo, one of those criminally underrated players in baseball history. Around the infield, Jackie Robinson is a 7 at third. Pee Wee Reese at 38 is still fantastic. He's an 8 with a 7 double play rating at short. Charlie Neal is a 5 and a 5 at second. And Gil Hodges is a 10 at first. The battery, Roy Campanella, a 10 and a 10 behind the plate. And Don Newcomb, who's an 8 with a 985 fielding percentage on the mound. Jeremiah was a Bullfrog opening day, and this is a Mark Shaw ballpark. I want to say it's an AI picture or green screen picture from the movie 42. Because Jackie Robinson at the plate. It is very hard to find pictures, color pictures, that show panoramas of ballparks. So if you're quite ready, here we go. Ashburn hit 303 in 56, hit 3 homers, and drove in 50. Amazingly enough, JT Dutch says, Newcomb gave up more homers on the road than at Ebbets. There weren't many big parks. I mean, the Polo Grounds was the land of the cheap home run. Wrigley Field, it all depended if the wind was blowing out. I mean, there were no. It's not like later on when baseball moved west and built all those palaces out there. Pitch to Ashburn to start the season is a ground ball to third. Robinson's got it. He'll go to Hodges at first, and Ashburn is out on a bang banger. So 1 out for Ted Kaczynski. Hit 211 with 4 homers and 34 RBI. The Phils don't really figure to be too much into this. Although they play all these teams, the Dodgers, the Reds, and the Braves, 66 times. They'll be a factor. Got him. Newcomb got him on a check swing, strike 3. So 2 out for Granny Hamner. Hamner hit 224 for Philadelphia, 4 homers and 42 RBI. Newcomb winds and deals. And that's a base hit into right center field. That will go all the way to the wall. Snyder has to wait for it, plays it off one of those signs that has an angle to it, and Hamner is into second to start his year with a stand-up double. So 2 out for Del Ennis, who hit 260, 630 at-bats, 26 homers, and 95 RBI. Popped up left side, that's Pee Wee. That's a rainmaker on this beautiful day in Brooklyn. And he will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and 1 left on. Phillies nothing. Here come the Dodgers. So here is Robin Roberts, a Hall of Famer, 30 years old, made 37 starts and finished 22. He went 19 and 18. Which would impress Buzzy Bavasi, I would think. A 4.45 ERA in 297 innings. He allowed 328 hits, 155 runs, 147 earned runs, 46 homers. He allowed more homers than walks. He only walked 40 and struck out 157. He's a fly ball pitcher, which kind of goes with the no kidding Sherlock. And the fastball at 93. In real life, the Phillies teed off on Newcomb. Here's how the Dodgers will line up. Junior Gilliam in left will lead off. And then 5 straight Hall of Famers. Pee Wee Reese at short will bat second. Duke Snider is only 30. He's in center field. He'll go third. Roy Campanella cleans up behind the plate. Gil Hodges at first will bat 5th. Jackie Robinson at third will go 6th. Carl Furillo in right will bat 7th. Charlie Neal at second goes 8th. Don Newcomb on the hill batting ninth, and Roberts can go 140 pitches on the mound. Defensively for the Phillies, Dale Ennis is a 6 and a 6 and left. Richie Ashburn has great range. He's a 10 with a 5 arm. And Jim Greengrass is a 6 and a 5 and right. The infield for the Phillies, Willie Jones a 7 at third. Mr. Hamner a 6 and a 5 at short. Ted Kazansky is an 8 and a 7. He's just a baby at 22 at second base. And Lapata is a 4 at first. Semenuk is a 4 and a 4 behind the plate. And Robin Roberts is an 8 on the mound with a 969 fielding percentage. Yep, Jackie Robinson, the most exciting player in history. And nope, not that Kaczynski. It's not the Unabomber. Jim Gilliam at 356, 6 homers and 43 RBI. And at 21 steals, I think was second or third in the National League. This is not going to be run time for these runners. Gilliam up the middle past Kazansky. No, it doesn't. He got it through to Lapata for the 1 out. For Pee Wee Reese, Pee Wee was there for all the glory years in Brooklyn, starting with 41. He had 257 and 56, 9 homers, and 46 RBI. Roberts deals to Hamner, goes to his own position, throws to first. Lapata will make the play, and there's 2 out. So 2 out for Duke Snider, who hit 292, 43 homers, and 101 RBI. I believe the All-Star game is here in Brooklyn, right? Nope, we do. If you've joined us for any of our other replays, it's 3 games a week generally, and it's everybody. So it's just like the old-fashioned NBC Game of the Week. Opening day doubleheader, scheduled doubleheaders for Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. Except for we can move around, so not just Brooklyn. So in New York City, which Brooklyn doesn't ever want to admit to being part of, in 1956, you had Duke Snider in Brooklyn, Willie Mays in Manhattan, and Mickey Mantle in the Bronx. Pitch to Snider. That is a ground ball down the line at first, and that will get past Greengrass. Snider digging out for 2, and Snider is in there with a double. So the 56 All-Star game is in D.C., where we are going to be in about an hour. So Snider on second, Campanella at the plate. Roy hit 219. Fire alarm testing date. You know what? They're going to be painting this week, the system. Campy hit 20 home runs and drove in 73. Or is it fire alarm testing day for you? I hope we're not doing this replay in December. Pitch to Campanella. Roy swings. That's into left. Back goes Ennis. Dell will make the catch, and that'll do. So both teams get a hit, and both teams leave a runner on. After 1, no score. So Greengrass, appropriate name for a baseball player, don't you think? Lapata and Jones to face Newcomb here in the second. Jim hit 205, 5 homers, and 25 RBI. Thankfully, not for Andrew. Hopefully you don't get caught in those snow squalls later. Struck him out. That's 2 for Newcomb. 2-2 off-speed pitch at the belt. 1 out for Lapata. Stan hit 267, 32 homers. And he starts opening day batting 6th while driving in 95 runs. Newcomb deals. Got him. So we got a good morning and a good afternoon. A check swing fastball on the outside corner. 2 out. For Willie Jones, who hit 277, 17 homers and 78 RBI. Newcomb is fan 3, fan 139 in real life. I think RJL is a Brooklyn Dodger fan. Nuke from the wind. Got him! A good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night. Newcomb strikes out the side. After an inning and a half, no runs, no hits, no errors. Phillies nothing, Dodgers nothing. So Hodges, Robinson, and Furillo to face Roberts here in the second. Gill at 265, 32 homers, and 87 RBI. RJL's grandfather was a Brooklyn Dodger fan. I believe that's how Scotty got into being a Dodger fan. Of course, when they moved out with the Giants in 58, that was it on the West Coast. Pitch to Hodges. But Gill hits that one into left. That will drop for a base hit. And so a leadoff single for Jackie Robinson, hitting 275, 10 homers in 43 RBI. Roberts deals. Jackie swings. Shallow right center. Ashburn coming in. Makes the catch. And Hodges goes back to first. So again, a gorgeous day in Brooklyn on this April 17th, 1956. The temperature matching the year. It's 56 degrees. Carl Furillo at 289, 21 homers, and 83 RBI. There's a fly ball to right. Back goes Greengrass. That is well struck, and that is off the wall. So Hodges will round third and score. Furillo's into second standing, and the Dodgers go up 1-0. That whole right field wall is in play. You got to clear the scoreboard to get it out. And Furillo hit it. So 1 out for Neal. Charlie at 287, a part-time second baseman for the Dodgers in 56. He hit 2 home runs and drove in 14. Yep, Abe Starkey almost won the free suit, Jeremiah. Ha ha ha. Robert's grandfather was heartbroken when they left. He became a Mets fan when they were born. That's pretty common. And, of course, as we've talked about, the blue from the Mets hats are from the Dodgers, and the orange NY are from the Giants. Pitch to Neal. There's a pop-up. Third base side. Jones on the dirt will make the catch, and there's 2 out for Nuke. Not a bad hitting pitcher. 234, 2 homers, and 16 RBI. Furillo on second, 2 out. 1-0 Dodgers. Here in the second. That's a fly ball to right. Greengrass should have it. He does, and that will retire the side. Dodgers get the first run of the replay on 2 hits and no errors. They've left on 2 overall, and after 2, 1-0. Yeah, the free suits were off the cheap rack in the back of the store. Will those be the ones eventually bought by one Lindsey Nelson? It'll be Seminick, Roberts, and Ashburn to face Nuke here in the third. Andy hit 199, 7 homers in 23 RBI and limited playing time. Newcomb starts the third. There's a ground or line drive to Robinson, and Jackie will stare at 1 out. So here's Robin Roberts, hit 200 with a home run and 8 RBI. Nuke winds and fires. That is a liner over Hodges to Furillo, and Carl will make the catch. Yeah, he was a great broadcaster, for sure. Spent 17 years with Bob Murphy and Ralph Kiner. Opening 9 for Newcomb with 2 out here in the third. 29 pitches. 2 2/3, a hit and 4 strikeouts. Ashburn is 0 for 1. There's a little chopper down to Charlie Neal. He'll throw it to Hodges, and Ashburn is retired. So Nuke cruising right through after 2.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Dodgers 1, Phillies nothing. So opening 9 for Roberts, 28 pitches, 2 innings, 3 hits. Gilliam is 0 for 1. Roberts starts the third. Gilliam to Kazansky over to first for the out. Brings up Pee Wee Reese's 0 for 1. In 1956, it would have been Vin Scully and Jerry Doggett, who I believe was in his first year with the Dodgers. Mel Allen, Red Barber up in the Bronx with the Yankees. Been too early, I think, for Rizzuto and Coleman. And Russ Hodges was the lead broadcaster for the Giants. Pitch to Reese. There's a ground ball to Jones. Willie has it, has time, throws to first for the out. So 2 away for Duke Snider, who doubled his first time up. It was indeed Jerry Doggett's rookie year. And they would stay with the Dodgers till 1988. Pitch to Snider. There's a ground ball to LaPata, or past LaPata. Nope. Now, see, I hadn't done any testing on this. It's a fly ball to right. Greengrass is there, and that will retire the side. Dodgers go in order after 3. 1-0 Brooklyn. So Kazansky, who was not the Unabomber, we were told. Hamner and Ennis to face Newcomb here in the 4th. Ted has struck out his first time up. There's a little looper down to 3rd. Robinson's got it. Jackie has time. Over to Hodges for the out. Robinson's native position when he came up in 47 was second base. He would spend time at first. So usually as you get older, they don't put you at 3rd because you need a pretty good arm. So I was surprised that Robinson would be at 3rd. Hamner doubled his first time up. The lone hit for the Phillies. High ground ball to Reese. Quick throw to Hodges. Hamner's running, and that gets away. So Pee Wee makes the error, and Hamner is on first. It was knocked down by Hodges, but it kind of skipped out, but they'll give the error to Pee Wee. So here's Ennis, who's 0 for 1. Doggett retired in 87. Okay. And then Drysdale was there from 88 till he passed away during the 93 season. If you look for it on YouTube, you can find Don Drysdale's call of Kirk Gibson's home run, and it will give you chills. It is that good. Pitch to Ennis. Got away, and Hamner moved up to second on the pass ball. So Campy couldn't find a handle on that, and that's a new graphic. So the count is full. 1-0 Dodgers, 1 out, top the 4th. Philly trying to tie this puppy up. Nuke deals, and that is in the left, and that will drop in front of Gilliam. Hamner with a long run around 3rd, but he got back. So runners on the corners, 1 out for Greengrass, who struck out his first time up. Doggett, I believe, was from Oklahoma, right? Along with Bob Murphy, did some Texas League games. There's a ground ball or fly ball in the right center. Snider is there, and he will keep it in front of him. So that's a single. Hamner will score. Ennis moves to second, and it's a 1-1 tie. Although Dell doesn't have great speed, you do it to save a run. Here's Lopata, who struck out his first time up. Newcomb from the stretch. Into center. In comes Snider. The Duke of Flatbush makes the catch. Dell goes back to second. Two out for Willie Jones, who struck out. 1-4 on Newcomb's dance card. He'll work from the line again here with 2 out. And that's a ground ball to Neal. Charlie throws to Hodges, and that will take care of business. So the Phillies get a run on 2 hits in the air, and after 3.5, it's the Phillies 1, the Dodgers 1. Doggett was born in Missouri, but made his start in broadcasting in Texas. I didn't change both leagues here. So here is how real life went. We'll see how much this changes over the next few months. The National League, the Dodgers won 93 and won the NL by a game over Milwaukee and 2 over Cincinnati. Philadelphia 71 and 83, 22 games out. Wait till you see the uniforms the Cardinals were wearing in 56. They were horrible. American League, we think the Yankees will win it. But the battle for second is a 4-way run here. Cleveland, the White Sox, the Red Sox, and the Tigers. Campanella 0 for 1. Hodges and Robinson to follow. Roberts starts the fourth with a fly ball left field. Well hit, but caught. 1 out. Hodges singled and scored in the second. The lone Dodger run. Roberts from the wind. Struck him out. That's the first for Roberts. Yeah, Herb Score had a magnificent year. A 2.53 ERA, and he struck out 263 batters. That's a lot. And the Indians, well, they're 2 years removed from going to the World Series. Jackie Robinson's 0 for 1. That is a hit to Ashburn, who will make the catch, and we will be through 4. Dodgers go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, 1-1. So Semenick, Roberts, and Ashburn to face Newcomb here in the 5th. Andy is 0 for 1. Newcomb deals, and there's a fly ball left field. Reese goes out. Gilliam comes in, and Jim makes the catch, 1 away. For Robin Roberts, who's 0 for 1. Be an interesting year. You'd think that even with a possible guaranteed margin of error, that's an oxymoron, a possible guarantee, that the Yankees should win the American League. 9 games, that's a pretty healthy margin. But dollars to donuts, I have no idea who's going to win the National League. Pitch to Roberts. Popped up. Right side. Neal puts down the shades and will make the catch. 2 out for Richie Ashburn, who's 0 for 2. Newcomb, 65 batters, or 65 pitches. 18 batters, 4 2/3, 3 hits, and 4 strikeouts. Oh, yeah, Jeremiah, it was wool. And you got a road uniform and you got a home uniform. Anything else you had to buy. So on a 58-degree day like this, it's not too bad. But especially in places like Chicago, where it gets insufferably hot and you're out in the sun all day, no lights. Pitch to Ashburn. He drops one down. Robinson will pick it up, and Richie has an infield hit. So a good bunt by Ashburn. That's the 4th hit for the Phillies. 2 out for Kazansky, who was 0 for 2 with a K. I think it was wool all the way through till the early 70s. Someone would know what year the polyester came into play. I know that for the Reds and the Pirates and maybe the Indians, they wore vests. They wore shirts underneath their uniform top. Got him. That's 5 for Nuke. And so halfway through on a beautiful 33-degree day in Burlington, Vermont, it's the Phillies 1, the Dodgers 1. The JT Dutch Encyclopedia says the Pirates debuted the double-knit polyester uniform at the opening of Three Rivers in the summer of 1970. So much cooler, too. Joined us late, opening day, 1-2 on the channel unless we go 15 innings. 1 run, 4 hit, no errors for the Phillies. 1 run, 3 hit, an error for Brooklyn. The Dodgers scored in the second. Carl Furillo doubled home Gil Hodges to make it 1-0. And then in the fourth, a moment ago, Jim Greengrass singled home Granny Hamner to tie the game at 1. So Robin Roberts, a 3-hitter through 4 and a strikeout. Don Newcomb, a 4-hitter through 5 and an unearned run, and he has fanned 5. Carl Furillo doubled home Hodges in the second, and that is the lone Dodger run. Fly ball, left field, 1 out. Ennis or Enos? I want to say Ennis. And again, if I get the pronunciation wrong, this was 15 years before I was born, as a matter of fact. Please let me know. Charlie Neal is 0 for 1. My mom would have been 3 years old when we played this game. Just shows how long ago that was. Charlie Neal hits one into left center. That will drop in front of Ashburn, and that's a single. Mike in the truck, how are you? Mike's Family Football and Family Football Plus are out if you want to pre-play the divisional playoffs. You know, as much as Newcomb comes to the plate, he's 0 for 1. Do I want to bunt? He's got a pretty good batting average here. As much as I want to see the Lions win and go to the Super Bowl this year, because they've never been before, you got to think, something special's going on with the Commanders in Washington, right? And it really all kind of started with the Hail Mary against the Bears. Newcomb's going to swing here. That's in the left center, and that's going to be a base hit. Ashburn has to play that off the wall, and Don Newcomb has a double. So Neal on third, Newcomb on second, 1 out for Gilliam. Jim is 0 for 2. 18 batters for Robin Roberts, 53 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits. The run is earned, and a strikeout. And Gilliam is 0 for 2. Baseball Demos is in the truck, too. How about that? I don't think you're in the same... Well, you know what? You two don't live that far away from each other. DH not needed or desired. You do realize it was Connie Mack that came up with that, right? Pitch to Gilliam. There's a fly ball, right center. Back goes Ashburn. That will give them the lead. Neal will tag and score without a throw. At some point this year, I don't think he's on the roster for opening day, as Pee Wee Reese is 0 for 2. Sandy Koufax, talking about pitchers who could hit, and of course Don Drysdale. They looked at Koufax to be a shortstop, too. He was that good of an athlete. Pee Wee Reese is 0 for 2. Pitch from Roberts. That is grabbed by Hamner. He gobbled it up over to LaPata, and Pee Wee is retired. What a play, and that'll do. Dodgers get a run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 6th here. It's the Dodgers 2, the Phillies 1. In the beginning, there was Abner Doubleday, and he wrote a bunch of rules. Dodgers got 1 in the second. Carl Furillo doubled home Gil Hodges. And in the 4th, Mr. Greengrass brought home Mr. Hamner. And a moment ago, the Dodgers took a 2-1 lead. Yeah. That's true. JT Dutch makes it up. By all accounts, baseball was Koufax's second best sport. Basketball was his game. He was an all-city player in Brooklyn. And it was the University of Cincinnati, right? He had a full college scholarship to go play hoops. Hamner doubled and scored in the 4th. Interesting book on 56 called My Favorite Season. mostly about Mickey's Triple Crown season. Yeah, Demos lives in Richmond. Pitch to Hamner. There's a little ground ball down to Hodges. Gill takes it for the out. 1 out for Ennis. Dell 1 for 2. My favorite summer. Okay. That sounds like something like the Flamingo Kid. You know, kid comes of age in the Catskills. My favorite summer. Pitch to Dell. That's into left center. Gilliam will make the catch, and there's 2 out. This is a hitter's ballpark all the way, by the way. These ballparks were constructed to fit into city blocks. And Ebbets Field, which opened in 1912, is certainly no exception to the rule. Green grass and an RBI single in the 4th. This was the first season. Oh, my favorite. Yep. First year that they awarded the Cy Young. Yes, I did know that. And it was only 1 league. Written by Phil Pepe. Ah! So it kind of was something out of the Catskills. Pitch to Greengrass. There is a ground ball to Pee Wee Reese. He has it. Has time over to Hodges for the out. So after 5.5, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Dodgers 2, the Phillies 1. So it'll be Snyder, Campanella, and Hodges to face Robin Roberts here in the 6th. The Duke had a double. He's 1 for 2. Got him. Second K for Roberts. Snyder missed one. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Got Campanella, too. So a good morning and a good afternoon. Oh, 1-2 late called. Strike 3. So 2 out for Hodges. Campy now 0 for 3. Hodges singled and scored in this one. That came in the 2nd. That is hit up the middle. Hamner has it over to Lapata, and that will retire the side. Through 6 on opening day in Brooklyn. It's the Dodgers 2, the Phillies 1. So, Mr. Midlife, you're a Phillies fan now. So who are you rooting for in this replay? I'm assuming it's not the Dodgers. I'm assuming it's either the Phillies or the Reds. The Reds, of course, will contend all the way. Lapata is 0 for 2 with the K. Newcomb starts the top of the 7th. That's number 6 for Don. A 2-2 fastball got him looking. High lie every day. You read that Wit and Wisdom by Yogi Berra. Oh, yeah. Pepe is a heck of an author. And don't you think that Yogi Berra is going to have a whale of a year? You know what? He was the back-to-back MVP in the American League coming into this season. Some guy by the name of Mantle, I think, wins it in 56. Something about a triple crown. Willie Jones is 0 for 2. That is a ground ball to Pee Wee. Reese throws to first for the out. My wife grew up, her dad helped on a neighborhood farm. And the bull that they had was named Pee Wee. And so every time I'm going to see Pee Wee Reese this year, I'm thinking of that bull. Andy Semenick is 0 for 2. Newcomb 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Dodgers up 2-1. Got him. Stretch time. 2-1 Brooklyn. Jackie Robinson, Carl Ferrillo, and Charlie Neal have faced Robin Roberts here in the bottom of the 7th. Jackie is 0 for 2. Newcomb has struck out 7. Robin Roberts has fanned 3. And Robinson is the first walk of the game. Demos would root for the Senators, but that would be pointless. This season is right around the time that damn Yankees came out, wasn't it? Carl Furillo, 1 for 2, a double, an RBI. Damn Yankees, a musical that played on Broadway. The movie version, I believe, is what? Van Johnson plays the ball player, and Gwen Verdon plays the femme fatale. Rex Reed gave it 2 thumbs up. Pitch to Furillo. There's a liner in the left field. Ennis will make the catch, and Jackie has to go back to first. Long throw to see if they can get Jackie napping, and it didn't do it. So here is Charlie Neal. Charlie, can we hit and run? I might hit and run here. 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. And we will hit and run. There's a ground ball to short. Hamner has no shot at second. He'll throw to LaPata at first, and Neal, did they get him? Is out. So Newcomb will bat. Nuke has a double. There's a 273 average here. 2 out, bottom of the 7th. And Robinson and Insurance run on second. That's true. Rex Reed did not actually like anything. JT Dutch says, I remembered the song, You Gotta Have Heart, miles and miles and miles of heart. And the second game of our doubleheader is the Yankees and the Senators from Griffith Stadium in D.C. Pitch to Newcomb. There's a fly ball to right. Greengrass will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Dodgers threaten but do not score. No runs, no hits, and no errors. As it should have been, Matt Rockwood. How are you? After 7, 2-1 Dodgers. So Roberts, Ashburn, and Kazansky to face Newcomb here in the 8th. And I can understand why Newcomb would be a pinch hitter. Roberts 0 for 2. And Frankie Baumholtz will pinch hit. We don't have a picture of Frankie, who hit 270 on a year and 100 at-bats. No homers and 9 RBI. Pitch to Baumholtz. Fly ball, right center. Snyder, 1 out. For Richie Ashburn, who's 1 for 3. So 27 batters deep for Newcomb. 95 pitches, 7 1/3, 4 hits. The run is unearned. He has struck out 7. And so, believe it or not, Robin Roberts, who gave up 46 home runs in 1956, does not give up one on opening day. Brad Ratke's even embarrassed by that. Richie Ashburn is 1 for 3. Newcomb played in Japan for a season in the 60s as a first baseman. St. Louis played that song for Jim Hart. This was actually a down year for Newcomb as a hitter. Don hit over 350 in 55 and 360 in 58. When did he go to Cincinnati? I never understood that move. They must have gave up somebody good to get him. Pitch to Ashburn, and he tips that one, and Campanella will pick it up, but it's a 1-2 count. Nuke deals. He drops one down. Hodges has it. There's a whole gaggle at first. Newcomb, they got him. I'm not sure if that was a bunt or a check me swing, but they retire the speedy Ashburn. 2 out for Kazansky, who has fanned twice. He's 0 for 3. 58, he went to Cincinnati. So their first year on the coast, or the West Coast. Can't get much more East Coast than Brooklyn. That's in the right. Furillo will run over and make the catch, and we're through there. After 7.5, it's the Dodgers 2, the Phillies 1. So Angelo LaPetrie will come in to pitch. Angelo, 6 times in 56. And remember, we're going with as played here. 11 innings. He had no record. An earned run average of 327. Is not a double switch. He'll hit 9th. 11 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He gave up 2 home runs. He walked 3 and struck out 8. Fastball pitcher at 26 and an extreme fly ball pitcher. Newcomb played in Japan in 62. So top of the lineup, Gilliam, Reese, and Snyder. Junior 0 for 2 with an RBI. Dodgers had 5 hits. Phillies have 4. They play for the bunt. We're swinging. There's a ground ball to third. Jones over to Lapata for the out. Yankees and Senators to follow. Pee Wee Reese is 0 for 3. With Larry Doby as a teammate. Wow. That must have been quite the show. Newcomb didn't win a game for Los Angeles. He started 0-6 and with an ERA of close to 8, and then was traded to Cincinnati. Now, this was a bandbox of a ballpark, but nothing compared to the Coliseum. Pee Wee's 0 for 3. Got him. LePetrie, a 1-2, I think, fastball on the outside. 2 out for Snyder. Mr. Snyder, 1 for 3 with a double. Struck him out, so he gets 2. We go to the 9th in game 1. No runs, no hits, no errors. Dodgers 2, Phillies 1. So Hamner. Now I see that Matt's here. Enos or Ennis? I've been calling him Ennis. And Greengrass to face Newcomb. Granny did not like being called that. 1 for 3, a double, and a run scored. 1 to tie, 2 to go ahead. In the center, Snyder, 1 out. So a good pitcher's duel here on opening day here in Brooklyn. Del Ennis, 1 for 3 with a single. Yes, okay. I have it right. Interesting note on Bob Holtz. Was a pinch hitter earlier. He's just one of 13 athletes to have played in both the NBA. Oh, rhymes with tennis. I did get it right. How about that? 13 athletes to have played in both the NBA and Major League Baseball. Really? Chuck Connors would be one of those too. Dave DeBuscher. Mr. Ennis, 1 for 3. Gets away from Campanella on strike 3 down to Hodges in his last chance saloon for the Phillies. Here's Greengrass. Jim is 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and drove home the lone run in the 4th. So Newcomb is fan 8. And when you win 27 games, chances are you're going to be the Digital Dice MVP. Marv Blaylock is going to pinch hit. Marv, 254. An everyday player for the most part. 10 homers and 50 RBI. Danny Ainge, yep. There's a liner down to the right. Ferrillo will dive for it. And can't get it. Blaylock's going to reach. He's going for 2. That's why you don't necessarily make that play. And that's a double. So Ferrillo dove, and they got past him. And the tying run is on second for Lopata, who was 0 for 3. He has fanned twice. Oh, my. Yeah, I think in that situation, you try to reach it because you win the game if you make the catch. Lopata, that's into left center, and we're tied up. Snyder couldn't get it. That hit off the manufacturer handover sign out there, and it's a 2-2 ball game. As Lopata, a 2-out double, ties the ball game at 2. For Willie Jones, who's 0 for 3 with a K. And again, oh my. He's in Michigan. Lopata. So Campanella, Hodges, and Robinson. Lopata, the go-ahead run on second. Pitch, or Campy and Nuke have a word. And the word is egg cream. And Jones gets hit. So an insurance run is on first. It's Brooklyn, so it's not New York Life, right? So Lopata on second. And Jones on first. And Semenick is 0 for 3. I'd imagine they'd pinch hit. A purpose pitch, yeah. Semenick stays in the game. That is popped up. Reese waits by the bag at second. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. LePetrie to face Campanella, Hodges, and Robinson. Phillies tie it on a run on 2 hits and no errors. It's 2-2. You need Ida Jester to be the pronunciation czar because I know how to pronounce everything. Isn't that right, Mr. Gubaza? So Campy, Hodges, and Robinson as the Phillies get the tying run on the top of the ninth. Got him. So Campanella swung on and missed a curveball. 1 out. That's 3 for Angelo. Here's Hodges. Gill 1 for 3. Has singled and scored. Got him again inside corner, and Angelo has fanned 4 straight. Here's Jackie Robinson. 0 for 2 with a walk. Ferrillo on deck. Should the game continue? Should the inning continue? And it will as Robinson draws the walk. So the winning run is on for Carl Ferrillo, who has doubled and driven in a run. He is 1 for 3. If we go to the 10th, pitcher spot Ashburn and Kazansky. Semenick and Angelo have a word. LePetrie deals. Ferrillo into right field. Back goes Gorbis to the wall, and that is high off the wall. Robinson will round third, and the Dodgers are going to walk it off on opening day. And I sound like Sean McDonough there. Ha ha. So there wasn't a blessed thing that Gorbis could do about that. Ferrillo put that one off the scoreboard, and Jackie Robinson just tucked tail and ran all the way home. So 2 hours and 4 minutes on opening. Oops, no, that's not what I meant to do here. I didn't mean to close it. I didn't mean to close it. Come on, here we go. So 2 hours and 4 minutes. 3 runs, 6 hits, and error for the Dodgers. They leave on 4. Philadelphia, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and they left on 6. Ferrillo gets the game-winning hit, and he's going to be our Digital Dice MVP. Don Newcomb, 9 innings, 6 hits, got the win, 2 runs, 1 earned, and he fanned 8. Robin Roberts, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And LePetrie, an inning and 2/3, a hit, the run, he walked 1 and struck out 4. So I'm going to take a drink, and we're going to get set for Game 2. It's the Yankees and the Senators next from Washington. Well, we've already had a lineup here that needed to be updated. The Senators did not have an opening day left fielder listed. So it'll be Lemon. And as you can see, Harmon Killebrew was on this team. That's pretty good. So here we go. It'll be Don Larson, who went 11-5 for the Yankees in '56. He did something in October that was pretty fantastic, but I'm surprised he's the opening day starter. Camilo Pascual, who went 6-18, gets the call on a warm day here in D.C. I think he probably gets about his 27 wins, Matt. I mean, that Brooklyn team is pretty good. Thank you, David. Opening day walk-off for sure, and I went with Furillo. All right, Andrew. Well, thanks for watching. Rooting for the Phillies and anyone but the Yankees, Dodgers, or Cardinals. A long year for you, John. I think the Reds have a really good chance. Play ball. So let's tell you about Camilo Pascual, who's a baby. He's just 22, little potato. 6-18 with a 5.87 ERA. He started 27 games, finished 6th, 188 2/3, 194 hits, 131 runs, 123 of them earned, 33 home runs. My goodness, he walked 89 and struck out 162. He is 22 years old. Fastball pitcher at 92 and a fly ball pitcher. And if you thought the Dodgers lineup was good, Hank Bauer will lead off in right field for the Yankees. Jerry Lumpy is at short. He'll bat second. He will go to Kansas City, I believe, and Matt will tell me how I pronounce that. Mickey Mantle in center field will go third. Yogi Berra cleans up behind the plate. Bill Skowron at first will bat fifth. Billy Martin at second will go sixth. Ellie Howard is in left field, bat seventh. Andy Carey at third will bat eighth. And Don Larson on the mound will bat ninth. Pascual can get you about 115 pitches. And we're going to see the Washington pen, I bet, early and often here. Defensively for the Senators, Jim Lemon I had to add in left. I'm not sure who started that game in left, but he's there. He's a 4 and 8. Carl Olson is a 5 and a 4 in center. And Whitey Herzog is a 4 and a 5 in right. The infield, Eddie Yost is a 7 at third. Jose Valdivieso is a 8 and a 7 at short. Pete Runnels is a 5 and a 7 at second. Roy Sievers is a 4 at first. Lou Berberet is behind the plate. He is a 6 with a 5 arm, and Pascual can give you about 115 pitches. Dick Tattleback started for the Nats. He is not on the bench. You see somebody by the name of Killebrew there, though. Valdivieso. Now, the strength of the Yankees cannot be estimated. I mean, this is just an incredible team. So Bauer at 241, 26 home runs for Casey Stengel's Yankees and 84 RBI. And so this is a drawing. We couldn't get a good halfway decent picture of Griffith Stadium. 69 degrees. Winds blowing out to center at 2. Pop open to Natty Bow. It's 12:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast. And let's do this. Pascual deals. Popped up. Berberet. 1 out. For Lumpy. Now, was Mr. Rutherford here Wally's or Beaver's friend? Jerry hit 258, no homers, and 4 RBI. Pasquale deals. Got him. A 1-2 breaking ball. Got him to swing and miss. Got away from Berberet, but he made the tag for the out. Valdivizolo. Here's Mickey Mantle. All Mickey did in 56. This is the reason why I picked this season. He hit 353. He slugged 52 home runs and drove in 130. He walked 112 times. Keep Mantle from hitting into the Potomac. We always just pitch. Sean rooting for violence, looking for 2 minutes here for hooking. Pitch to Mickey into right center. Olsen will make the catch, and that'll do. No runs, no hits, and no errors. The Yankees held off the board, no score. So here is Don Larson, who, Knight Rider. Funny, he doesn't look like David Hasselhoff. 20 starts, 11-5, a 3.25 ERA. 6 games complete. He threw a shutout and a save. And he had no-hit stuff in 1956. No joke. 180 innings, 133 pitches, 72 runs, 65 earned. He gave up 19 homers. He walked 96 and struck out 103. In his career, he went 56 and 57. 27 years old in 56. He throws a fastball at 87. And the fly ball pitcher. Eddie Yost will lead off at third for the Senators. Jim Lemon in left will bat second. Hit 27 home runs. Whitey Herzog is in right. He'll go third. Roy Sievers at first cleans up. Pete Runnels at second will bat fifth. Berberet behind the plate will go sixth. Carl Olson, his wife makes a mean cup of coffee, in center will bat seventh. Jose, let me go look at this again. Valdivizolo is at short, batting eighth. Camilo Pasquale on the mound going ninth, and Larson can give you 125 pitches. For the Yankees, Elston Howard is 6-3 in left. Mickey Mantle at 8-9 in center, and Bauer is a 6-5 in right. Around the infield, Andy Carey's a 5 at third. Lumpy a 4 and a 5 at short. Billy Martin, real name is Alfred, is a 6-9 in second for Casey Stengel's Yankees, and Bill Skowron is a 6 at first. Yogi Berra a 10-9 behind the plate, and Larson on the mound is a 4 with a .923 fielding percentage. The indentation in center field here, Griffith, is because two owners who would not sell, so they built the stadium around it. I'm sure that's true. I am sure that is true. And JT Judge says for Larson, it was getting a handle on his control. Went with a no windup, so essentially a stretch. One of the few times that Sean will cheer against the Yankees. You have a soft spot for these bad Senator teams. Yost hit .231, 11 homers, and 53 RBI. And gets hit. Sean was a batter late. Here's Jim Lemon, .271, 27 homers, and 96 RBI. Fanned 139 times in 56. Left field, back goes Howard, 1 out. Whitey Herzog hit .245, 4 homers, 35 RBI. There's a couple Jeffrey Leonard voodoo dolls out already. Walked him. Captain Carl, how are you? So first and second, 1 out for Roy Sievers, who hit .253, 29 homers, and 95 RBI. Larson deals, And Seavers strikes out. A 2-2 fastball on the outside corner. So 2 out for Runnels, who hit .310, 8 homers, and 76 RBI. So Larson wild out of the gate. Into right, Bauer makes the catch for the out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, a walk and a hit batsman. Senators leave on 2, no score. I am well, thank you, Bobby. Here's Yogi Berra. Yogi hit .298, 30 homers, and 105 RBI. These teams play each other 22 times over the course of the season. And 22 times 7 is 154. And that's how he got a 154-game schedule. Pitch to Yogi, and Yogi draws the walk. The original Nationals, or Senators, if you will, played here until they moved out to Minnesota for the '61 season. The expansion Senators, is Bill Skowron stepping into .308, 23 homers and 90 RBI. Played here in 1961, and I believe D.C. Stadium, later RFK Stadium, opened in time for the '62 season. Captain Carl's playing 63 AFL, NFL with APA. And Jim Brown, through 4 games, has run for 653 yards. Pitch to Skowron. Drops one down. Foul. He's a 2-bunter. Casey's already drinking heavily in the Yankee dugout. Count is 0-2. Yogi could steal here. Yankees, unsurprisingly, against the Senate. Nats are the Senators in '56. Went 17-5. They'll throw to first. Yogi's back. I thought '54 was the year that they officially became the Senators. They pretty much were interchangeable. Pitch to Skowron, and throw down to Berra, and it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. How about that? Yeah, that's a fun year. I've never seen that in Action PC before. So Berra went on the 0-2. They got Skowron to swing and miss for strike 3, and Yogi was thrown out trying to steal. So a double play. Here's Billy Martin. Billy at .264, 9 homers, 49 RBI, and urinals all around the country are on notice. Pasquale deals. Into left field, Lemon going back, and that is off the wall. So Martin into second with a stand-up double. 2 out for Elston Howard. Elliott .262, 5 homers and 34 RBI. Martin was one of Casey Stengel's favorite players. And Casey really took Billy under his wing. And it was because of that that Billy became a good manager. Pitch to Howard. Into left center. Back goes Olson and will make the catch, and that'll do. No runs. A hit and a runner thrown out on a strike him out, throw him out, double play. After an inning and a half, no score. So Berberet, Olson, and Valdivieso. I screwed that one up again. Lou hit .261, 4 homers and 27 RBI. Larson starts the second. Ground ball to Skowron over to first. Larson's there, 1 out. For Carl Olson hit .246, 4 homers and 22 RBI. To Carey, also known as Max, Andy makes the catch, 2 out for Jose Valdivieso, who hit .236, 4 homers and 29 RBI, along with Harmon Killebrew. And Pasquale, Jose, one of the base players that will play a huge role in the rise of the Twins when they leave Washington. Into right, that'll drop in front of Bauer for a base hit. Brings up Pasquale with 2 out. Going to have to swing here. Hit 138 with 2 RBI. Valdivieso. And Carl justifies the story that Jeremiah said about people not selling. So when they built the stadium. This was built in the teens, right? Martin was angry at Stengel, JT says, after the trade was made in 57. Went to Cincinnati, right? Billy felt Stengel should have been more forceful in blocking the deal and held it against Casey for many years. Valdivieso on first. Pasquale at the plate. 2 out. Larson deals. To Lumpy, to Martin, and that'll do. And the Senators do not score. No runs, a hit. We go to the third here in the second game of our doubleheader. No score. So Andy Carey, Don Larson, and Hank Bauer to face Pasquale here in the third. Andy hit 236, 7 homers, and 50 RBI. I think Billy just held a lot of grudges. But between Martin, Mantle, and Whitey Ford, those 3 could have drank Toots Shore dry, for crying out loud. Pitch to Carey. Popped up Yost. Waits. And will make the catch. A gorgeous day here in D.C., 71 degrees. Here's Larson. Don hit 241, 2 homers, and 12 RBI. Kansas City in 57. Valdivieso. 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 I feel like I'm taking a Berlitz course here. Valdivieso. Pasquale deals. Got him. That's 3 for Camille. Chased a full count fastball, 2 out. Opening 9 for Camille. 35 pitches. 2 2/3. A hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Hank Bauer is 0 for 1. Valdi. Youngster. Valdivieso. My mom was here yesterday. She can call me a youngster. Yes, the Kansas City Athletics include the Yankees AAA team in parentheses. Absolutely. We talked about that, JT, when we did the exhibition game between the Cubs and the Athletics. I pronounced that better than Harry Carey trying to pronounce Nomar Jeff Gruzelanik Kalanic. Yeah. Holy cow. Pitch to Bauer. That's into left. Lemon retreating off the wall. That's gone. He turned and watched it go, and the Yankees are on the board. So Bauer crushes one in the seats, and it's 1-0 New York. And to get back to the Yankees, I mean, where is the weak spot in this lineup? So 1-0, 2 out here in the third for Jerry Lumpy, who struck out his first time up. Pasquale winds and deals. In the left center, back goes Olsen. Will make the catch, and that will retire the side. The home run from Bauer puts the Yankees on the board. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Bottom of the third, 1-0 New York. So were the Red Sox at the beginning of the Yankees dynasty in the early 20s. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Do you know what Babe Ruth has to do with Johnny Carson? JT Dutch, oh my goodness, Carey trying to pronounce Jose Vizcay. Yep. Poor Harry after the stroke, though. Adios will lead off here for Washington in the third. Was hit by a pitch by Larson, opening 9, 42 pitches, 2 innings, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. Scotty, you missed the Dodgers walk-off win over the Phillies. I got to watch the basketball game you sent me. The Yankees lead at 1-0 here in the third. Pitch to Yost. Into shallow left. Howard is there. One out. Elson and Scotty, brothers from another mother's. You are stumped on what Babe Ruth and Johnny Carson had in common. Well, it's kind of a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon game here. Jim Lemon is 0 for 1. And Lemon draws the walk. So Babe Ruth, along with Carl Mays and others, were sold from the Red Sox to the Yankees. Ruth was sold to finance the Broadway musical No No Nanette. And one of the songs from No No Nanette was 2 for T and T for 2. Which, if Johnny's monologue went completely off the rails and bombed, is what the band played. And Johnny did a soft shoe to that. And they both drank with Ed McMahon. To quote the big man himself, "You are correct, sir." Whitey Herzog walked his first time up, and so that's what Babe Ruth and Johnny Carson had in common. Both probably did not enjoy No No Nanette. Got him. And 0-2 in there. 2 out for Severs, who struck out his first time up. Nationals media guy Phil Wood, who I remember running into when I covered the Nats, used to sign off with Eddie Yost since it sounded like Eddie Yost. Eddie Yost, yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? I don't know how many stories I'm going to have for 56, but I don't want to burn them all on opening day. Lemon on first, 1-0 Yankees here in the bottom of the third. Severs pops it up, carrying into foul territory. That's a rainmaker there. Goodness gracious, I think he's going to run out of real estate. Reaches in the stands and made the catch to retire the side. How about that? No runs, no hits. We go to the fourth here in Washington. Yankees 1, Senators nothing. So Mantle, Barra, and Skowron to face Pasquale here in the fourth. Mickey 0 for 1. Into right, Herzog. 1 out. No relation to Frank, right? Here's Yogi Berra. He walked his first time up. We'll bring this up, too, when we get the White Sox on, because Nellie Fox was a good example of this. But take a look. In 521 at-bats, Yogi Berra struck out 29 times. No, it's true there, Sean. You imagine that? He struck up 29 times in 521 at-bats. Into left center. Back goes Olsen, 2 out. For Skowron, who struck out his first time up. We're with you Wednesday. I forgot what game I picked. We'll go through it after. And we're with you Thursday. Opening week. Right here on Retro Sports Network. Pitch to Skowron. Got him. Pasquale has done well. He is fan 4 after 3.5. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Yankees 1, Senators nothing. Yeah, most players strike out 29 times in a month. And because you'll ask for it, here are the up to the second standings in our 1956 replay. That's it. It is not true the Phillies have been eliminated. It'll be Reynolds, Berberet, and Olsen to face Larson. Got him. 3 for Larson. 1-2 fastball. Got him looking. For Berberet, who's 0 for 1. And remember, and this is the era, the standings don't mean a thing until Memorial Day. If one of the teams in the NL runs away with it, I'd be stunned. Berberet into right center. Mantle coming in. Rides the Schwinn. 2 out. For Carl Olsen. Olsen is 0 for 1. So glad to have you along on opening day here, bottom of the fourth. Yankees up 1-0. Dodgers and Don Newcomb get a walk-off double from Carl Furillo to score Jackie Robinson to win 3-2. That is a ground ball to Lumpy over to Scowen, and that will retire the side. We go to the fifth here in D.C. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Yankees 1, the Senators nothing. So Martin, Howard, and Carey to face Pasquale here in the fifth, who has done yeoman's work. Billy doubled his first time up. Right back to the mound, first base side, throw to Severs. Billy's retired. Here's Elston Howard. Ellie is 0 for 1. Part-time player for the Yankees in 56. Yeah, Dave Kingman, I think, did strike out that in 2 weeks. I think that's what Adam Dunn would do in a day. That's right, in high school, strike out 29 times in a day. Pitch to Howard, and Ellie draws the walk. For Andy Carey, who's 0 for 1. There's a little ground ball to first. Severs fell the short for 1, and they'll get the force there. So Valdivieso made the play, but could not throw to first as Howard was running. So 2 out for Larson, who struck out his first time up. Just a different time. The Tigers, JT says, actually walked more guys than they struck out in 1956, and so did the Red Sox. You look at the fielding percentages of even a bad team like the Senators, and they're not terrible. 947 is good at short, 973 at second. You put the ball in play. Pitch to Larson, right back up to Jose, throws to Severs, and that will do. Halfway home in game number 2, Yankees 1, Senators nothing on a 34-degree day in town. Going to assume you're done with the ad. You know, at some point I'm going to pay attention to when it actually goes in. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Yankees. Hank Bauer, a solo home run in the third. And the Nationals, or Senators, if you will, have been held to 1 hit. Don Larson didn't look at his record going in, was kind of wondering how he would earn an opening day start over Whitey Ford. But he has been all that in a bag of chips, because those of us who became adults in the 90s said that. 4 innings, a hit, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Pasquale, 5 innings, 2 hits, the earned run, a homer from Bauer. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. So Jose Valdivieso, I hope I have that right, singled his first time up. Larson deals. That's a pop-up. Lumpy on the grass out there makes the catch behind second base, and both Wally and the Beaver approve. 1 out for Pasquale, who is 0 for 1. Ground ball to second. Martin with a hard throw to Scowen for the out. Sounded like my cat was in heat there trying to save Billy Martin. So 2 out for Yost. Eddie 0 for 1. I suppose you can't blame Billy for being upset. Kansas City was not where you wanted to be in the late 50s as a ball player. Eddie Yost is 0 for 1. Give Ewing Kauffman all the credit in the world for turning the Royals into a model organization 20 years later. And that run the Royals had between 76 and 84 and 85. Pitch to Yost. There's a ground ball down to third. Carey has it, throws to first, and Yost is retired. And I forgot to read through the batters. All right, after 5, no runs, no hits, no errors. Yankees 1, Senators nothing. Now it would be all that and a triple mocha latte. There you go. All that and a slice of avocado toast. Would you stop giving me things to have the AI take over for me? Bauer homer, by the way, his last time up. Opening 18 for Pasquale, 68 pitches, 5 innings, 2 hits. The home run from Bauer, he has walked 2 and struck out 4. To finish the thought on the more walks and strikeouts, the Red Sox walked 727 batters in 1956. That's a lot. Bauer, as we said, 1 for 2. Hit the first of his projected 26 home runs on the replay. Pasquale starts the inning. That's into left field. Lemon, 1 out. For Jerry Lumpy, he was 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That's 5 per game. You know, the weird thing is, when we did 49, was it 4 or 5 years ago now? I think we did 4 years ago. I think it was 21 we did 49. Now, all those walks didn't really ever seem to matter all that much. There was that one game, I think it was a Tiger-Yankee game we did, and there was like a seriously 7 or 8 unearned runs and 20 walks or whatever it was. One of those lunch times that just got to be exasperating after a while. But you don't really notice it. The couple times I've done games from recent times, you look up after the game and go, oh yeah, we had 25 strikeouts. But you don't necessarily notice it while you're playing. Pitch to Lumpy, struck him out. Pasquale right on cue, gets his 5th. Oh, 1-2 fastball, got him swinging. 2 out for Mickey Mantle, who's 0 for 2. Got him. That's 6 for Pasquale. How about that? After 5.5, the Yankees go in order. Didn't expect this one to be a 1-0 game, but yet here we are. So 19 batters deep for Don Larson. 85 pitches, 5 innings, a hit. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. Jim Lemon is 0 for 1 with a walk. And Lemon draws the walk. A low-scoring double. Yeah, it's the 6th inning of Game 2, and we're right at an hour and a half. Whitey Herzog is walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Popped up. Carey on the grass. Behind third. Makes the catch. 1 away. Severs is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The Yankees, I looked this up, averaged 5 runs a game. I mean, they were good. And remember, the Dodgers forced the issue. They took it all the way to Game 7. Severs in the left field. He's 0 for 2 with a K. Howard goes back, makes the catch, and Lemon retreats. So here's Pete Runnels. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So in the 50s, would you say all that in an Ovaltine? There's a ground ball in the right field that's going to get down in the corner. Bauer has to play it off the wall. Scouring with a bad dive. Lemon around third and tie the ball game. How about that? So Runnels is into second with a double. And Lemon will score, and it's a 1-1 game. The Dodgers just stopped hitting after Game 2 of the World Series. Here's Berberet. Lou is 0 for 2. So 1-1, 2 out here in the 6th in a 1-1 game. Morris, how are you? Weird watching a game from this era and seeing managers and coaches from the 70s, such as Lemon. That's Jim Lemon, not Bob, and Whitey Herzog. But I bet Jim... I believe if Bob Lemon is still playing, he's with the Indians. Berberet, there's a fly ball to right. Bauer will make the catch, and that'll do. So the Senators tie it. They get a run on a hit, no errors. We go to the seventh, 1-1. So Barra, Scour, and Martin. So there's two future Yankee managers in the lineup today, Barra and Martin. And Herzog, a future manager for the Senators. Yogi is 0 for 1 with a walk. Pasquale has walked 2. Fly ball, right center. Back goes Olson and makes the catch. Now, I'm sure that solid green wall out there was a spite fence. Bill Skowron has struck out twice. Yeah, Bob is at the tail end of his career. Speaking of pitchers who can hit, Bob actually played some outfield, too. So you're building in a neighborhood. I believe it's in the northwestern neighborhood of D.C. Didn't want people getting in for watching for free when you can go in and pay the full money to watch a mediocre product. All that in a bottle of flat ginger ale. Pitch to Scoured. Gets away from Burberry. The throw down to first, and Pasquale is fan 7. Yep, Pete Reynolds played for and managed the Red Sox for a short time. So, yeah, I forgot about that. Mr. Howard has a jar of Ovaltine in your suitcase for your current pet sitting trip. Nice. Here's Billy Martin. Billy 1 for 2 with a double. In the left field, back goes Lemon. Stretch time, 1-1. And Sean reminds us that Reynolds won 2 batting titles with the Red Sox, too. And Bauer was a World Series manager for Baltimore in 1966, which immediately gets Scotty to block JT Dutch. Carl Olson is 0 for 2. And he tipped that one on an 0-1. That's new. So Larson has walked 3 and struck out 3 as we start the 7th. Into right center, back goes Mantle, and that's an out for Jose Valdivieso, who was 1 for 2 with a single. Yeah, the 66 World Series. A good time was had in this part of the country, but not in Los Angeles. Larson deals. And that will be in the left for a base. That's going to go all the way down the corner. Howard has to go fish it out. And Valdivieso is on to second with a double. Eddie Yost, yep, was a third base coach for Don Zimmer in the late 70s and 80s. So Morris's point stands. I mean, all these names that were either household players in their own right or people who would become familiar when you were watching on a daily basis. So what do I do with Pasquale here? He's on 91 pitches. So who can hit a righty? And the answer will be Jerry Snyder. Snyder hit 270, 2 homers, and 14 RBI. The go-ahead run on second, 1 out, bottom of the 7th, and a 1-1 tie. Snyder into left field. Back goes Howard. He'll make the catch, and Valdivieso will go to third. So now the go-ahead run 90 feet away for Eddie Yost, who is 0 for 2. Larson, 117 pitches, 6 2/3, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So Valdivieso waiting to see if Larson uncorks one here. Berra reminds Larson to throw strikes. And Yost draws the walk. I don't know why the crowd is booing. And that'll do it. So the Yankees are going to go to their pen. Yet Yost walked 151 times. Pretty good for a leadoff hitter, huh? Was Ned Yost the son of Eddie Yost? He might have been. So the Yankees go to their pen. Tom Morgan, the plowboy, is their fireman, kind of. 6-7 for New York in 56, with a 4.16 ERA, 41 appearances, 11 saves, 71 in the third innings, 74 hits, 41 runs, 33 earned. He allowed 2 homers. He walked 27 and struck out 20. He was not, I'm being told. 26 years old, Tom throws a fastball at 85 and is a ground ball pitcher. So runners on the corners, 2 out for Jim Lemon. Lemon has walked twice and scored once. Morgan, if he gives up a run, is going to need to visit his Captain Morgan. Delivers. And that got away from Berra on the pass ball, and the Nationals go up 2-1. Valdivieso scores, and it's a 2-1 ball game. So all that, this one has been all that in a jar of Ovaltine. So Lemon has a 2-ball count. He has walked twice today. Yost on second. And the Nats or the Senators are going to have to see what they can do to find a decent pitcher out of their pen. And they're going to walk Lemon. So first and second, 2 out for Whitey Herzog, who has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Things favor Herzog here. Only been 5 hits in the ballgame combined. That is overscouring and foul. No, it's not. That's a fair ball. Herzog is into second. Yost and Lemon are going to score. And it's a 4-1 Washington lead. Casey's going to argue that ball landed foul. That one landed on the wrong side of the line. But it was an emphatic point as a fair ball by the first base umpire, and Whitey Herzog clears the bases. And out of the sound system here, you gotta have heart, miles and miles and miles of heart. Whitey ball indeed. And it's a 4-1 game. Here's Severs. He's 0 for 3 with a K. That's into left center. Herzog's going to score on the single from Severs. And it's 5-1 Washington. And just remember, on opening day, everybody's in first place. Here's Runnels. He's 1 for 3. He doubled home a run. In History Maker Baseball, the semi-strict umpire calls the ball fair without the decider dive. Could U.S. Steel be defeated? That's a good name for the Yankees. So Tom Morgan is going to go back to the clubhouse and pop open a bottle of Captain. Pitch to Runnels. That is a ground ball to Martin. He'll go to first, and that will do. 1 inning for the Senators. They get 4 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 8th. It's Washington 5, the Yankees 1. No, I have a third baseman in Yost. So who are we going to go with? I got to watch out here for starters. They're going to go with Pedro Ramos. will bat in the 9 hole. Pete, 12 and 10. He'll start 18 games, a 5.27 ERA, 152 innings, 178 hits, 95 runs, 89 earned. I saw that too late, JT. 23 home runs. He walked 76, struck out 54. He'll be due up 4th in the inning anyway. 21 years old, fastball at 85, and a fly ball plus pitcher. Pop open a bottle of Natty Boh. Absolutely, that would have been in good supply. Howard, 0 for 1 with a walk. Carey in the pitcher spot. Corey Sandusky, how are you? Busy day and struggling through a conference call, but 56 is underway. Happy opening day to you, too. And Norm Seaburn is... Really? No, I'm going to... Okay. That was the wrong move. Norm, 204, 4 homers, and 21 RBI. Yeah, there's no good choice here. To third, Yost. And Yost is going to eat it. Chuck Dressen is a manager. He was with the Dodgers at one point. So an infield hit. That's only the 3rd hit for the Yankees. Here's Andy Carey. Andy's 0 for 2. Norm. Joe Collins will pinch hit. Collins would hit 225, 7 homers, and 43 RBI. So the Yankees go to their bench. Into right center, Olsen, 1 out. Dodgers fired Dressen after Charlie asked for a multi-year contract. Was it Walter Alston? Morgan isn't going to hit here. He's 2 for 13 on the real year, 1 out. What was it? Alston did every year of his career under 1-year contracts. Phil Rizzuto. Who would go to the booth after this year. Maybe even sooner than that. 231 with 6 RBI. Seaburn on first. 1 out. 5-1. Nationals or Senators here in the 8th inning. In the left. Lemon. 2 out. Or as the Brooklyn Eagle called him, Walter who? Yeah. Quite the story. 21 one-year deals. I don't think Lasorda did that. Bauer homered in the 3rd. 1 for 3. 2 out. Ramos trying to lock this one down for the Senators on opening day. That's into shallow center. Olsen coming in. Makes the catch and retires the side. Rip Coleman coming in. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th on opening day. Washington 5, Yankees 1. So Rip Coleman, the lefty, is 25. Fastball at 86, a ground ball pitcher. 3 and 5, a 3.67 ERA. 29 games, 9 starts, and 2 saves that don't exist in 1956. 88 and 3rd innings, 97 hits, 42 runs, 36 earned. He allowed 6 home runs. He walked 42 and struck out 43. Alston would just sign each contract and trusted O'Malley to write in the appropriate dollar. No, I can't imagine that. Pay me what you want. Berberet. Forgot another catcher? Clint Courtney. Will come in. Hit 300, 5 homers, and 44 RBI. Clint also spent time with Baltimore. Draws the walk. So the Nats trying to build their lead. Here's Olsen. Valdivieso on deck. Olsen is 0 for 3. Courtney on first. Base hit left field. Seaburn will grab it. Courtney will hold. For first and second for Jose Valdivieso. Valdivieso is 2 for 3. He has singled and doubled and scored a run. Yeah, I didn't have Washington winning on opening day against U.S. Steel. I love how you put that, JT. That's great. Coleman deals, and the bases are loaded. So nobody out. Ramos will be done. And here comes a kid by the name of Harmon Killebrew, who hit .222, 5 homers, and 13 RBI. So Courtney on third, Olsen on second, Valdivieso on first, and Killebrew trying to put this out of reach. The Nats in 56 were second in the American League in walks. So let's see what Killebrew can do here. Coleman in a bit of a fit. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the 8th. Got him. A 2-2 fastball, and Killebrew didn't know what to do with it. 1 out. For Eddie Yost, who again walked 151 times. If there was Motown in 56, they'd be playing Nowhere to Run To on the sound system. But there isn't. Yost is 0 for 2. Coleman has walked 2. Allowed a hit and struck a man out. Valdivieso. He's on first. Pitch to Yost. Fly ball, shallow left. Seaburn is in left field. He's a 6 and a 3. Courtney, will he tag? He tags. And the throw to Berra is in time. They got him. So the Nationals get nothing and have to like it. 68 is not 100. And we go to the 9th. Senators 5, Yankees 1. I'm getting booed. Strikeout in the clutch. That Killebrew kid may be a bust like Craig Jeffries was for New Yorkers. Is that your machine or what? Which picture is that? Well, Courtney will go in behind the plate. He's a 5 and a 4. And it will be Chuck Stobbs. Chuck, a pretty good starter for Washington. Won't go in for another week. 15 and 15 with a 3.60 ERA. 37 games, 33 starts. He finished 15 of them. Not a save situation. 240 innings, 264 hits, 115 runs, 96 earned, 29 homers. It's all blurry. Hit F5. Should be quite good. I think it's you. 54 walks and 97 strikeouts. I'm getting a full throughput. 27 years old. Pitched for the Orioles for a while, too. Fastball at 85. And is a standard pitcher. So Courtney behind the plate. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And Jerry Coleman is going to pinch hit. Coleman, 257, no homers, 18 RBI. Becoming an announcer for the Yankees before going out to San Diego and becoming a legend out there. That is into left for a base hit. Lemon will cut it off, and Jerry is on with a single. Only the 4th hit for the Yankees. Here's Mickey Mantle. Oh, boy. Mantle, a switch hitter, is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And Mickey is strutting up there like he's Paul Bunyan and Casey at the bat. But a home run just makes it a 2-run game. Gets away from Courtney, and Coleman can't go anywhere with it. I don't know if Coleman was trying to steal or what. Yeah, Jerry Coleman was a true hero. Was Korea or World War II? Or both? So ball 1 to count. In the left, Lemon, goodbye. So Mantle hits a home run on opening day in the bleachers in left center, and it's a 5-3 ball game. 406 feet. That ball was crushed. And in this case, Mighty Casey made contact. So 5-3 the scores. Nobody out. Yankees still need 2 more. And 3 to go ahead. Yogi Berra has walked. He's 0 for 2. Yep. It did seem inevitable. They just don't have any relievers. Right center. Olsen, 1 out. Here's Scour, and Bill is taking the collar. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And Scourin looks like Paul Bunyan out there. Got him! How about that? Scourin has swung on and missed. And his last chance saloon for the Yankees. It's Billy Martin, who's 1 for 3 with a double. So the Yankees are threatening. Seaburn is on deck. Stobbs trying to hold the barn door closed. Lines and deals. And now the tying run is at the plate as Martin draws the walk. Here's Seaburn. Lefty versus lefty. Norm has a single. I'm not sure what the Yankees have left. He stays in, gets away from Courtney, and that'll do it. But Martin can't go anywhere, and so Stobbs is showing a lot of nerves. I would have thought they would have gone with a pinch hitter. You got Bob Serve, Gil McDougald, and Charlie Silvera. I've at least looked to put in another pitcher at that point. But Stobbs to face Seaburn with 2 out in a 5-3 ball game. Senators up, 2 out. Seaburn in the left center. Olsen wins it. And the Senators win on opening day by the score of 5-3. You gotta have heart, miles and miles and miles of heart. And at least on one day, the Washington Senators are in first place. So 2.5 hours. The Senators 5 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. And they leave on 8. The Yankees 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They leave on 4. Pasquale is going to be your player of the game. Casey's going to, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. So Pasquale 1-0, 7 innings, 2 hits. He gave up the run, the home run from Bauer. He walked 2 and struck out 7. Ramos and Stobbs, well, they won the game. The less said the better. Mantle with his first of the year. Won't be his last. Don Larson, 6 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Morgan pretty much gave the game away. Third of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. And then Rip Coleman pitched the 9th. A hit, an inning, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Lemon scored twice, 3 walks, because Washington didn't have their opening day left fielder in the game. And Jose Valdivieso, 2 for 3. A run scored, a walk. So that's that for that. My voice is starting to go. The rest of this opening day in baseball. The traditional opener in Cincinnati, the Cardinals beat the Reds 3-2. Vinegar Ben Mizell picks up the win. Joe Nuxall takes the loss in that one. Pirates beat the Giants 5-4 at the Polo Grounds. Bob Friend, despite 5 errors, beats Johnny Antonelli, who goes to 0-1. Thomas 2 for 4 with a home run. The Red Sox pound out 17 hits. Billy Goodman with 4 of those and 4 RBI. Mickey Vernon with the V, 2 hits, a homer, and drives in 5. And Ted Williams 2 for 4 and 3 RBI and a home run. They beat the Orioles 14-5. Cleveland beat Chicago 3-2. Bob Lemon, we talked about him earlier, gets the win 1-0. Billy Pierce takes the loss. Mike Hegan 2 for 2 with a home run. In Milwaukee, they beat the Cubs 3-2. Murph, Murff, gets the win. Rush takes the loss 0-1. Baker 3 for 4 the first. The Tigers commit 4 errors. Kansas City again in first place with a 9-2 win. Kellner gets the win. Frank Larry takes the loss, and Gorman picks up the save. That's Jim Hegan, the Cleveland catcher. All right, well, we're with you on Wednesday. It'll be the Pirates and the Giants from the Polo Grounds. Other games that day, the Red Sox and the Orioles, Philadelphia and Brooklyn again, and the Yankees and the Senators. So join us for the Giants and the Pirates at noon on Wednesday, and that will do. All right. Yeah, Vernon had a couple good years with the Red Sox there, Sean. That'll do it. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Imagine that, the surprise of opening day. The Senators beat the Yankees 5-3, and Carl Furillo's wall ball beat the Phillies 3-2. We'll talk to you Wednesday for the Pirates and the Giants. So long, everybody. As soon as I can find